I'm Jamie.
I'm Kylie.
And it's been a while.
It has been. Thanks for bearing with us. You know, we changed to bi-weekly episodes. I kind of forgot to edit one for a few weeks, but it's fine. We're back on track. So, it's the end of March.
Gosh, this year has gone by so fast.
It really has already, which is kind of crazy. But here we are, almost in April already. Shit's wild.
That's way too... I don't even want to think about it.
Oh my God. Well, we already did our catching up, so we won't blab on.
Oh, yeah. We spent like the last hour just talking.
Yeah, we were like, we should probably record. So here we are.
We're so bad.
We're just going to go ahead and jump on in.
Mm-hmm.
But first, what's been happening?
What has been happening?
Hey, hey, hey. What's been happening?
Down. So, I don't know, have you seen that they've released recently, U.S. Today, the top 10 United States zoos?
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
Because I kept voting for ours.
Well,
I did. I voted multiple times.
it has been released.
It's number 2, right?
Yeah. So.
Sorry for the spoiler.
So, number 10 is Sedgwick County Zoo.
County Zoo.
Yeah, it's in Wichita, Kansas.
Of course it is.
I have no idea where that is. Number 9 is the Living Desert Zoo and Gardens, Palm Desert, California. Never heard of that one. Number 8 is the North Carolina Zoo in Asheboro, North Carolina. Number 7 is the San Antonio Zoo in San Antonio, Texas.
Okay.
Number 6 is St. Louis Zoo in St. Louis, Missouri.
I think I've heard good things about that one, but
Such random areas.
I know, right?
Number 5 is the Brevard Zoo in Melbourne, Florida. Number 4 is Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Gardens in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay, Florida.
Another Florida.
Carrying.
Number 3 is Cincinnati Zoo and Botanical Gardens in Cincinnati, Ohio.
I've heard good things about that one, too.
They have a TV show.
For the zoo?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if it's still going, but it's a good show. I like it.
It's called Cincinnati Zoo or what?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I know it's a zoo. Number 2 is the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Woo! Represent.
If you want to go to a zoo and also get a hike, that's the place to go.
It's going to put me in labor. I have annual passes. I'm just going to keep going because every time I go, I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh, dude, do that.
Yeah.
That would actually help.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'll be there a lot. So.
And number 1 is Omaha's Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium in Omaha, Nebraska.
That one is not ever going to get beat. I've been there. It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's definitely the coolest zoo I've been to. It's really cool because they keep everything like very natural looking. So like all the exhibits feel like their natural habitat.
Oh, really?
In a way I haven't seen at other zoos. And like, for instance, the elephants have like a huge area to walk around. The jungle is massive. It doesn't feel like you're just like inside this little area. It's a really cool zoo for sure.
I'm kind of surprised San Diego's not on there.
Yeah.
They have a panda.
I don't know if they've been on the list for a while.
Oh. Why did I think they were number 1?
I did too I thought they were like one of the top.
Yeah.
But I remember checking last year and they weren't, so.
Yeah. Well, so that is the top 10.
Are they the biggest one?
That
might be why.
Maybe?
Yeah. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
I went one day and like we were hardly able to see anything.
Yeah.
You can do our zoo pretty quick. So.
Yeah, it's not that big, but they got a red panda.
So cute.
Oh, she's so adorable.
Love her.
Love her.
And then a bear just underwent cancer treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that? Have you seen the woman who raised money for the 78-year-old DoorDash driver?
No.
He was basically, it was in Tennessee, and he's just like this cute old man who was like walking to her house all slow to deliver her food. I think if I remember right, he's paying. This website has like no info on it, but when I was looking on TikTok,
value, of course,
yeah, because that's where she was posting it on. It was like a video of him on TikTok, and then she shared a link for like a GoFundMe so people could pay for his retirement. He's paying hospital bills for like his wife and his son.
Oh my God,
he's 78 years old.
Jeez,
but he doesn't want to retire apparently. So, but at least hopefully the money will help him at least slow down a little bit. Poor guy.
He's just door dashing?
Yeah. But I thought that was cute. It's really cute seeing like the community come together.
Yeah.
I actually see that a lot on TikTok. Like I see like people who are trying to help other people, and so they'll raise money for them. Mm-hmm. Like I think that's pretty cool. So anyway, yeah, just some positive news. Now, back to our show. Okay, well, as of 3 days ago, we both didn't have a topic for our episode this week and the episode 2 weeks from now. So I'm very curious to know what you're going to be speaking about today, Jamie. Is it random? Mythology?
No.
Oh, God. I have no idea what to expect on this one.
Okay.
Is it a person?
No.
Oh
it's an event.
Ooh.
What's your favorite flower?
I really like a lily. Rose are beautiful. Sunflowers are pretty too. Probably a lily, I think.
What about a tulip?
Tiptoe through the tulips. What event has to do with tulips? Tulip picking? Was there a war?
Let's get into it.
I'm so confused. Okay.
Okay.
This is going to be an interesting one, guys. Buckle up.
In the winter of 1637, across the Dutch Republic, fortunes were being made and lost over something surprisingly small. Not spices from Asia, not silver from the New World, not ships or even land, but that of flowers.
Oh.
At the height of this frenzy of flowers, a single tulip bulb could sell for the price of a luxury home in Amsterdam.
What?
And then one day at a tavern auction in, I think it's Haarlem, a seller offered tulip bulbs for sale. No one bid. And within days, the market collapsed.
What the?
This event, later called Tulip Mania, has become one of the most famous financial bubbles in history. But to understand how a flower could create such a frenzy, we have to begin long before the Dutch Republic, thousands of miles away in the mountains of Central Asia.
Oh my God.
So today we are talking about the Holland's Tulip Mania.
Holland seems like such a wild place.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, yeah. Amsterdam is crazy.
I'm seated. I'm excited for this one. I have no idea what this is.
I watched a movie about this once, and that's how I know of this topic.
So you were sitting there like, what should I talk about? And then it came to mind.
I don't even know how this came to mind. I guess because it's almost April and it's spring.
Yeah, no, it's really good for this week. Like
right?
Easter week.
Yeah.
I love that.
I don't know. I guess I was like sitting there and I was just like, I don't know what to talk about. And then I was like, oh, it's almost spring. And I was like, Tulip Wars. And then it was called Tulip Mania. And I was like, ha ha.
Sounds like a video game.
It really does. So before we continue on to this week's wild episode, I need to go over where I got this week's information. I pulled information from University of Chicago, their website, the Amsterdam Tulip Museum website. I pulled so much from there. They had a lot. It was awesome.
Do they actually have a museum of tulip?
Yeah.
Oh my God. This really was a...
Dude, tulips are huge in Amsterdam. People travel there in the spring to go see the tulips.
Okay.
It is a huge phenomenon. There's even here in like Washington and even in Michigan, people travel to like to places during the spring to see the tulips. It's a huge phenomenon, especially for people who are huge flower like obsession. Oh my God.
When I went to Michigan, we went somewhere like that had tulips.
Yeah.
And it was like Dutch themed, so that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's huge.
Wow.
Those people love it. And there's like a whole thing where you can like ride your bicycle through like the tulip fields and stuff.
That's cute.
Oh my God. It's amazing. It's adorable.
Okay.
Yeah.
How mad can people get over tulips? That's the question.
Oh, dude, it's crazy. So I also pulled an article from Liberty Street's economic website, an article from James Naron and David Ski. So that one was actually pretty interesting. So let's get back into it. Central Asia. So tulips did not begin in Holland, surprisingly. They were brought there. Their natural home lies in the mountains and steppes of Central Asia, stretching across modern Kazakhstan, Iran, and Afghanistan.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that. It's crazy. So wild tulips thrive in harsh alpine climates, blooming briefly each spring before disappearing again beneath the soil, as we see here. So from there, the flower traveled west along the trade routes that connected Asia to the Ottoman Empire. By the 1500s, tulips were already beloved by the Ottoman court. They loved the tulips. They thought they were the bee's knees.
Interesting.
In Istanbul, gardens of the imperial palace displayed thousands of varieties of these tulips because there's so many different types. The flowers symbolized wealth, refinement, and paradise. The Ottoman gardeners bred new varieties and gave them poetic names like Diamond's Envy, Light of Paradise, and Rose of the Dawn.
Wow. Fancy.
Tulips appeared everywhere in Ottoman's art, ceramics, textiles, poetry, and architecture. They loved tulips. Love that flower. The word tulip itself comes from a Persian word for turban because Europeans thought the flower resembled the headwear worn by the Ottoman nobles. I thought that was interesting.
That's a reach.
So let's get into tulips in Western Europe. So tulips first arrived in Western Europe in the mid-1500s through diplomatic and scholarly exchanges with the Ottoman Empire. So kind of like through, I guess, like kind of like the Silk Road. A lot of trading was going on. And that's kind of like how everything begins, especially when you see invasive species. But with flowers in general, they see something and they're like, holy shit, that's beautiful. I want it. And they're going to have it. They're going to get it. That's what they want. The man most responsible for introducing them to Europe was the botanist Carlos Clausius. Born in 1526, Clausius was a Renaissance scholar who studied medicine and plants across Europe long before botany existed as a formal science. So this wasn't even a formal science thing. They kind of were just like, flowers are cool. He traveled collecting exotic species. Around the 1560s, Clausius encountered tulips growing in European gardens inspired by Ottoman imports. He became fascinated with them. Tulips were unusual plants, beautiful, hardy, and remarkably diverse in color. Because when you look at a tulip, there's so many different colors in them. And I mean, that's what makes them like so fascinating. Because like you can see purple, yellow, pink, red, white. There's so many different variants. And I think
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And you can have just like a whole little color wave of them. It's so pretty. And people are like, I'm going to prove that I'm so wealthy with my tulips.
All the colors.
All the colors. Clusses began collecting bulbs, studying them, and exchanging them with other scholars. In 1573, he was invited to establish a botanical garden in Vienna by Emperor Maximilian II. After years of research and travel, Clusses later accepted a position at Leiden University in the Dutch Republic in the 1590s. There, he planted the first major tulip garden in the Netherlands. It was meant for scientific study. Instead, it helped launch a national obsession. It's this man's fault.
Come on, Clusses. Whatever your name is.
You can thank him for all of this. Clusius and other botanists noticed something strange about the tulips. Some tulips appeared in vivid patterns. White petals streaked with crimson flames or purple feathers. These were called broken tulips.
Oh.
They were dramatically more beautiful than ordinary flowers, than the ordinary tulips. They're like, this is different.
How did a feather grow on it?
Oh, no. It's just like the pattern. Look of, it's like a feather pattern of it.
These are magical.
Yeah, it's like a different variant of tulip that looks different. It looks like a flame or like a feathered look.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's crazy how they call them broken tulips because it's not like a solid color.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were confused by this. So we're like, why do they look like this? But they're also absolutely gorgeous. They're so much better than the solid color ones.
Yeah.
Collectors prize them above all other ones. They're like, this is better than the solid ones. Like, we have to have these. But they were extremely rare. So you didn't see these all the time. No one knew why some tulips broke into patterns while others remained plain. I mean, the science just wasn't there.
Yeah.
Botany, again, wasn't a formal science at this point. Growers or early botanists at this time experimented wildly. They were sprinkling manures on the bulbs to see if that would trigger something. They added pigeon poop to the soil to see if that triggered.
What were they expecting to happen?
To see if it would cause the pigment to grow, for the bulbs to have that flame of color.
Oh, so they're trying to get it on the other. Oh, okay.
Yeah, to get that broken tulip.
Yeah.
They painted the bulbs with pigments to see if that would cause it. And then they planted them in poor or foreign soil too to see if that would do it. But none of that worked consistently. Dang. And so they're like, I don't get this. So what the spectacular colors that were caused by this broken tulip was due to this tulip breaking virus. An infection spread by the aphids that disrupted the pigments inside the petals. That's why they were getting these broken tulips, was because of this virus in these bulbs. This virus made tulips beautiful, but it weakened them severely to where it would be difficult to propagate them, to make them continue their line. So they wouldn't grow sturdy that next year. Okay. A lot of times to keep growing them year after year, it would be difficult to do so. Their line would not continue consistently like other tulips would.
Oh.
Yeah. So they were beautiful and they were extremely rare, but they were also extremely rare in that aspect of they would not live as long as a solid tulip would because of this virus. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
I learned a lot about tulips in the last couple days. So this meant supply remained extremely limited for these broken tulips, and with rarity drives value. So of course, with all of that word getting out of, well, we found these really cool new tulips, that these broken tulips, people were like, well, I have to have my hands on these. I have to show my wealth and my power.
Of course.
Yeah. And everybody wants to flaunt their wealth. And so people will do anything to do that and pay a pretty penny. And so that's going to drive that price up.
Yeah.
That's how the economy works and how greed works as well.
That's how humans work.
That's how humans work. Yeah, unfortunately. So by the early 1600s, the Netherlands had become one of the richest societies pretty much in Western Europe, or pretty much in what we know fundamentally in society. They have become one of the richest. So following independence from Spain, the Dutch Republic experienced explosive economic growth. They knew what they were doing. They're like, we got our independence. We know what we're doing. And so Amsterdam developed one of the first sophisticated financial systems in Europe. So merchants traded global goods through companies like the Dutch East India Company, which pioneered modern stock trading. So they were ahead of their time when it came to that kind of stuff. If you ask me about stock trading, I know nothing.
No.
You won't catch me doing that stuff.
Not same.
So the Dutch were also passionate collectors. They valued rare paintings, exotic shells, unusual animals, and rare flowers. They ate that shit up. They loved it. And with being a very wealthy country now, they wanted that shit, and tulips fit perfectly into this culture. Ooh. Especially with these broken tulips, or even regular tulips in general. With taking them from the Ottoman Empire, they were, with Callissus bringing them over, people were just like, these are gorgeous, like, because Western Europe had never seen something like that. Wow. So seeing these new, bright, vibrant flowers that come in the spring and then disappear through the winter, they're like, this is beautiful. I want this.
Yeah.
And the Dutch fucking loved it.
Dang.
They had to have it. So they were rare, they were beautiful, and they were easy to display in a garden because they don't take up a lot of room.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because you can just drop.
Yeah.
Super easy. So owning an unusual variety signaled wealth and sophistication. So the variety of color, people are like, oh, you're rich. You're doing the damn thing. You have that money. You got that sophistication. You're so bougie.
People who only had one color, they're like, interesting.
See that? I know you.
Only pink ones? Fascinating.
So at first, tulips were traded only among the wealthy collectors known as liefhebbers, connoisseurs of the flowers. So pretty much people within the inner circle of the flower industry, the wealthy folks. But slowly the market started to expand as it continued to grow.
Yeah.
So it started to hit more people. And of course, with that, value started to skyrocket even more. That's just how it goes. It gets bigger. That bubble just starts getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
It's gonna pop. It's gonna pop. So by the early 1630s, tulips had spread beyond botanical gardens into the commercial marketplace. Professional growers began cultivating bulbs for sale. Middlemen appeared buying and reselling rare varieties, and the flower became fashionable across Dutch society. In 1633, one of the first remarkable trades occurred in the town of Huron. A house was exchanged for 3 rare tulip bulbs.
An entire house.
An entire house.
Wow.
For 3 rare bulbs.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Just a handshake and a deed.
We need that kind of system here.
Yeah. The Dutch, they did that. They did the trade value system.
Yeah, we need that.
Yeah, that's how they did it instead of a whole thing.
I'll make you some muffins if I can have this. I don't know.
They did the whole trading system. It's crazy. That's how they worked. Soon afterward, a Frisian farmhouse changed hands for a collection of bulbs. So another house was traded for bulbs.
Oh my God.
It's crazy. So tulips were no longer merely just flowers in your garden. They were assets. It was getting crazy. Again, that bubble is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
They're blowing it. It's expanding.
We know what happens to bubbles, y'all.
Let's not forget 1929.
Oof. Rough times.
2008. Originally, bulbs could only be traded when they were dug up in summer. So that's how it normally would go. They would dig up the bulbs in summer. They would trade and they would do their selling and trading for whatever they would do. They would do like a normal trade of like, I want your chicken for your bulb. Or they would just I guess their currency was like guilders at the time. I don't know roughly off the top of my head what the current currency is for that.
Yeah.
A lot, depending on. But so they would do like a trading system that way normally. That's how they would normally do it because, again, they would die off in late spring. They would do the transition in summer because then around like October, that's when you would replant them for the coming year. So, but by the mid 1630s, traders invented something new.
Oh, good no.
They began selling bulbs while they were still buried in the ground.
Oh.
Instead of exchanging the bulb itself, traders exchanged promissory notes, contracts, promising delivery months later.
Oh, no, that's not going to end well.
That never ends well.
No.
Never provide what you want future. This innovation created a primitive futures market. This happens now.
Oh, my God.
This is how you buy a house now.
Crazy.
You don't have the money now, but you
Yeah.
pay it off monthly.
Right.
You have a promissory note.
Yeah.
You sign it, promising that you're going to pay it off.
Right.
And that's how it works. A futures market. And that's how it worked then.
It feels crazier when the thing isn't there yet.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah. In this case, this futures market is that you have no idea if you're going to get that return value.
You're really just hoping for the best.
Yeah.
On both parts.
Yeah. Yeah. They were playing a dangerous game. So anyone could buy a contract today and resell it tomorrow. It was a lot of back and forth. That contract. So often the buyer never intended to take the delivery of the bulb. So they simply hoped to sell the contract to someone else at a higher price.
It's like concert tickets.
Yeah. Resell.
Dang.
Yeah. They would resell just that paper saying, you can have this bulb. So tulips had become a financial derivative. They were becoming to the highest bidder. It was crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So the Dutch called this the wind trade. So because nothing tangible actually changed hands.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it was like word of mouth almost and a simple piece of paper. So the bulbs weren't actually being traded. They're like, I promise I will do this. And then it never actually happened until like it came around that time. If it ever did.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Mm-hmm. So unlike modern markets, tulip trading didn't happen on formal exchanges.
Yeah.
Instead, the deals happen in taverns.
Oh, geez.
In bars.
What better place, huh?
Across cities like Amsterdam, Haarlem, Alkmaar, traders gathered in smoky pubs to negotiate prices.
It really is like the movies, isn't it?
Yep. And each trade ended with the toast. Like, here, we have traded this.
Oh my God. That's always a good place to make decisions.
Is when you're
Financial
extremely intoxicated.
It's crazy.
So the seller would pay a small fee, usually the price of round of drinks, even if they rejected the offer. God. So this system encouraged the deals, liquid courage. The drinks kept going, and, that bubble just kept expanding.
So wild.
Yeah. So by 1636, the tulip speculation spread far beyond professional growers. It was just getting out of hands at this point. Artisans, brewers, bakers, and weavers joined the market now at this point. It was getting, everybody was getting involved. Many had no interest in gardening at all at this point. They simply hoped to profit from the bulbs. They wanted money. Mm-hmm. So the prices would start soaring from this. Common varieties multiplied in price tenfold. So rare bulbs climbed even higher. So one variety known as Semper Augustus became legendary. So this is a type of bulb variety or tulip variety. So with crimson flames on the white petals. So this was like an orangish flame, white petal. It was considered the most beautiful tulip ever grown. I don't think it exists anymore. So they only have paintings of it now. At the height of the mania, a single bulb was rumored to sell for more than a luxury house in Amsterdam.
Oh my God.
So I think I read it was like over, it would be worth now like over, at that point in time, I think the currency rate was like over $92,000.
Wow.
Which is a lot for that time period.
Yeah.
For a single bulb.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
This is wild.
I can't imagine how much that would be like now.
Oh, I know, right?
So the speculative fever reached its peak in early 1637. So this all came to a head in February 1637. An auction in Alkmaar raised around 90,000 guilders in tulip sales. So the wealthiest merchants accumulated 500,000 guilders in a lifetime. So the tulip market had grown enormous in such a short time span. Yet the system rested on one fragile assumption that prices would keep rising. Everybody thought that prices were going to keep soaring. People were going to keep paying more for them, that they never thought that it was going to stop. And then eventually the impossible happened. At a tavern auction in Haarlem, traders attempted to sell bulbs, and no one bidded. The price dropped. Still no one bought. And the auction failed.
Yikes.
The confidence vanished instantly in this. So across the Dutch Republic, the buyers just like instantly disappeared for these bulbs.
Oh my God.
It's just like, it was just an automatic just chain effect of people being like, I don't want to touch this. Like, it's just like, it's just happening all at once.
Crypto.
Like that bubble just popped and they're just like, oh, I don't want to touch this. I don't want to deal with this. Like, I'm going to lose all my money now. Yikes. It just like instantly just went pew, skyrocketed down.
Dang.
Yeah. Prices collapsed by 95%.
Damn.
Yeah. Within days, the tulip market had effectively ceased to exist.
Within days?
Yeah, within days. People just stopped buying tulip bulbs.
Dang.
So many buyers. So this collapse left thousands of disputed contracts. Because at this point, people weren't trading like hand-to-hand like bulbs. They had these promissory notes. Yeah. They had these notes of contracts. And so now that they had, many buyers had only paid deposits. They hadn't even paid the full amount for these bulbs.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So the growers expected the remaining payments. They're like, you still owe me the rest of the money. And the buyers were like, ooh, I don't have that money. I'm not going to pay you that money.
Oh no.
Yeah. I was like, they fought back saying these bulbs are worth nothing. And the growers are like, we have this contract written that you owe me this amount for this bulb. You're going to owe me that much.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. So authorities at this point hesitated to intervene. They're like, this is going to be really bad. Like, I don't want to get involved in this. So eventually a compromise allowed contracts to be canceled for a small penalty, sometimes just 3.5% of what that original price was. Mm-hmm. So pretty much like whoever the owner was of that bulb was getting completely just screwed over in that aspect. But like they were making some money because whoever had that note like still had to pay. But like if they were doing that constant transaction of that, they bought that note at a high price and they're trying to sell it for a higher price, they're getting screwed over.
Yeah.
And so they're like, shit, I have no money.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it's like they were playing a dangerous game. They should have known. And that bubble popped. So the losses were painful, but mostly limited to the participants and the market, those who were involved. So the broader Dutch economy, though, continued to grow. So outside of the tulip market,
they were doing fine.
Yeah, the economy was fine. It was those who were involved in the tulip market. So,
Ooh.
So the Tulip Mania was dramatic in that sense, but like it didn't collapse like the Dutch economy. It made those people involved significantly poor. But
oh my God.
Yeah.
All because of tulips.
All because of tulips.
Wow.
Yeah. So Tulip Mania has endured in history because it captures a lot about like the market and how we see it play in history consistently over and over. We see this a lot, especially in the housing market, of just people chase the profit. The prices rise tremendously. The confidence starts to grow. People are just like, I'm going to pay this price. I'm going to pay this price.
Yeah.
And then someone hesitates. And they're like, I don't know. And then that illusion of just like, oh, someone hesitates.
Now
something's wrong. Something's wrong. Like, yeah, they're going to.
Ripple effect.
It's a ripple effect. And
God.
So this in 1637, this happened because of a flower, because of a bulb. And we see this in real estate. We see this in stocks. We see this in cryptocurrency now.
Yeah.
It's bananas. And the pattern is the exact same. We haven't learned our lesson. And I mean, we saw
That's
this.
So true.
We see this in 2020. Because exactly like I say it was because of COVID.
Yeah.
That the prices of houses, especially here in Colorado, before 2020, houses in Colorado, especially in Colorado Springs, they're around like what, 260, an average, like what, say 4-bedroom, 2-bath.
Yeah.
They were like 260, 275. COVID hit and the housing market soared. People were like, I want to buy a house because the interest rates went down. And so everybody grew that confidence and they chased that profit of like, oh, that interest rate is low. I'm going to buy that house.
Yeah.
And so people just started buying houses. That increased the housing market to just skyrocket, made all those prices just unrealistically high.
Yeah.
To the point where now that 4-bedroom, 2-bath that is not worth even 260 has now become worth 475.
Yeah.
In 4 years.
Yeah.
And now we're at that point where the interest rates are around like 5%. They're steady.
Yeah.
And a person who bought their house in 2020 with a lower interest rate at like, they competed and they bought their house for like 275 or whatever, is now trying to sell their house for that 475 and they can't. Because no one can buy a house.
Yeah.
Because no one can afford a house for $475 at a 5% interest rate.
Right. It's a shit show.
It's terrible because no one wants to pay that for a house.
Yeah.
And no one can afford that because they can't qualify.
Yeah.
Because no one makes that much money.
Right. We're just kind of screwed.
Yeah, because no one can make that much money for a stupid 4-bedroom house.
Right.
To pay $500,000 and over $3,000 a month on a mortgage.
So crazy.
Because it's 5% interest rate.
That's why I haven't bought a house yet.
Yeah. And this is the exact same example of what happened. But in this case, it was because of flowers.
That weren't grown yet.
That weren't even grown yet.
The economy.
This has been the Tulip Mania.
I wish I could buy a house for 3 tulips.
For 3 rare tulip bulbs.
I'll search far and wide. Oh my God. Humans. We are fickle creatures. That's why I'm scared to invest in crypto or any of that, because it's
it's so dangerous. It's so dangerous. Some people do it very smartly. They know when to pull out. They are on it every single day. They know when. They are very smart about it.
Be me.
It would not be me either.
Yeah,
I'm not educated enough to understand that, and I don't want to educate myself enough to understand that. So I'm not going to push myself into it, because some people just throw themselves in it and don't understand it, and that's where they fall short of it. Mm-hmm. And that's on them. So where can you find us?
Well, during this financial crisis, if you'd like to see more of us, or hear more of us, I should say, you can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at The Past Made Me Do It. You can also email us at thepastmademedoit@gmail.com. Yeah.
Sorry about my tangent.
No, but you're right, though.
The housing market makes me extremely pissed off.
Same. I'm just going to rent at this point.
I mean, I own a house and it still pisses me off.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of money that we paid for our house was stupid.
Yeah. I do like renting because it's just so easy to get things fixed. And for the time being, I'm happy with it. But
yeah.
Anyway, it's just not the American dream that we once had. So
I mean, did we ever really have an American dream?
Not all of us, but yeah. But I feel like it was just so much easier to buy a house back in the day.
Oh my God, yeah.
So not the standard nowadays.
Nope.
So don't worry if you can't buy a house.
It's a joke.
Yeah, it's wild out there. But anyway, thanks for listening.
We'll catch you in 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks?
A little bit of a sad one, but we'll see you then.
Oh, no.
But it's a good one, so stay tuned. All right, bye.
Bye.